Hi everyone, welcome back to the reviews of my films from the past. Want to say first, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, to my mom and grandma. And today we're going to be talking about one of my earliest films. So last week I said the choice was my earliest film, but it was not. It was actually Bullfeather, and Bullfeather was listed as private on YouTube, which is why I forget about the film. And you know, every filmmaker's first film is never the best. So I'm gonna have to, show my history. So I'm gonna be playing the video up here. I'm gonna be commenting. I will be commenting on the film, and kind of like some behind the scene and some things that I kind of learned around throughout the process. So this film, to start off, give you some background. I wrote it. I thought it was interesting, and I gathered a group of friends to film this, and it was all $0, no budget. I only had a camera. I had a recorder that even had a microphone, so it was just a recorder that I kept putting nearby the actors. So a really terrible setup, but you always gotta start in the trenches. So I'm gonna be playing the video. It should be up here for you guys, and also I'm gonna put the link to the video on my bio in case you guys want to watch it without any commentaries. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and so we start off here with my logo. CSDQ245 was my previous production name, which was my initials, but it was just too complicated to tell people because it's just weird letters. So I changed it to Cinematic Heights a few years later while in college. So yeah, here we're filming at Riverbank State Park, up in Hamilton Heights / Harlem / Uptown. That's for another day. And here we have, that's like behind the scenes, that's Anisha, and then I have Ariel, Randy, their cast and crew, just behind the scene video. I put in the intro. The guy making the music, Zimes Arturo, I met him at the park. He was a really nice guy. He was like, I asked him if I could record him, and he said yeah, and I used him in my music. Used his music for my movie. And I ended up seeing him 3 years later in the Dominican Republic because he was part of a mariachi band. And I was like, small world. So, cool man. Here we are at my parents' house. That's my high school yearbook, fun fact. Randy actually met him in high school. He's a year younger than I. And then Michelle met her through a friend. So here we are at my parents' house. I had no lights. I had no, like I said, no good audio equipment. So even the cut, as you can see, it doesn't. The cut was I didn't even zoom in. It was just like a quick cut closer to them. So in terms of camera angles, I really didn't have much knowledge, and you can probably see the choppiness of my cuts, which at the time I thought were great. Also, my sensor had an issue on my camera, so you see like a green dot. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a green dot because my camera had the sensor had to be cleaned, and it managed to get fixed afterwards after the film was done. But when I was filming, I didn't notice that little dot was there. But things happen in production. So my apartment. Yeah, I also haven't seen this film in a while. I don't know if I mentioned that. And ooh, that is. I haven't seen this film in a while, so I'm actually watching this. I'm improvising this whole thing. So if I mess up, as I probably already have, it's part of the process. So we have Luis.
See, David, 5 years.
Luis and Randy.
Yo, if you were still that fat freshman in college?
Who Luis actually now he's a wrestler. He does a lot of independent matches. I see him on Facebook and Instagram, so good stuff. So basically, yeah, we have Randy and Luis. They're just best friends, and they're just talking about pretty much how Randy is thinking about taking it to the next level. We have his girlfriend Michelle, but as you guys saw earlier, Michelle wasn't really into him. But yeah, in terms of like camera wise, like the cuts, things could have been better. I could have better cuts. At the time, I think I did have a tripod. It looks like I did have a tripod, but I didn't know how to properly use it. And I was like directing, producing, cinematographer, pretty much. So now I know the value of working with a team of technicians, which means like just the audio person and the camera guy, instead of you doing all of that. Because that's really important. It's good to have one of each person. So here we are. If I can remember some stuff, man, the lighting is crazy. So you see in Netflix has wedding comedies. I did that intentionally to show that this we're getting a foreshadow that he's gonna propose to his girlfriend Michelle. This is a quick cut. Basically, is you see them together, and you're like, why are they together? Kind of suspicious, and you're like, oh, so best friend is cheating on his friend girl. You know, there's cheating involved. Sorry, I got distracted because I haven't seen this in a while. So yeah, we shot this film in a day. I think it took us like 3-4 hours to film. Yeah, 3 or 4. I think like 4. I want to say 5 hours because it was back in 2013. Yeah, like I cut Michelle's face. Yeah, I would have done things way differently now. But you know, like I said, we learn from the process. So this was one of the big scene in the film that he proposed to her. First, the box, stupid, the way it opens, it slides out instead of opening like a regular ring. But the thing that I messed up was that instead of cutting and being more creative, I was just literally doing a handheld shot of the reaction, pretty much going back and forth, holding the camera. I think it was because of lack of time, but also, yeah, as you can see, I have no excuse. This film was a great film for a beginner like myself at the time, but I learned a lot from it, and I also write what a bullfeather is, essentially what it is, and that's basically the theme of the story. Then I have bloopers, which I have done for some other films, which I will be talking about later on in other episodes of this. But yeah, yeah, I have no words. I hope you guys liked it. I mean, like I said, let me actually pause this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I hope you guys liked it. I hope. But again, we all learn from the process. We do a lot of films. We make a lot of mistakes, and at the end of the day, we get better and better. It's kind of like with anything you do, any craft you do, anything you're passionate about. The more you do it, the better you get. So it's no matter how many, like I've seen a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of tutorial, even like master classes of directors, cinematographers, and at the end of the day, it's kind of like you learn this craft by doing it. You can read as much as you want, but if you really want to be in it, you got to learn how to do it. And yeah, grab your friends, family. At the time, like I said, most of my films are pretty much to today like low budget, like under $100. But pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much the process. So thank you for being here. Thank you for enjoying it. I hope you guys like this, and if you have any questions, feel free to message me. And yeah, Cinematic Heights, Carlos Deschamps. You probably know who I am. And this was a terrible, terrible video. Not the movie, just like myself. Because like I said, this was improvised. But if you're still watching, I appreciate you. You're a great person. Till next week for the next film, which will be, you will find out next week.